Welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Mike Messer. And Mike is a shelter insurance agent. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a lot of years.
I know.
We
used to run into each other a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We were neighbors way back in the day.
Yes.
Maybe on the HOA board together,
Correct.
possibly?
Correct.
Yeah, I'll never do that again.
That is not a real fun job.
It's not fun at all.
No.
It's the worst. It's the worst. Okay, Mike, tell us what's happening in insurance land. There's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot going on in insurance right now. We were just kind of talking before the show that since COVID, insurance has changed. The whole landscape has changed. It's become very difficult to find materials for repairs for vehicles and for homes and commercial properties. So the repair times and the claim times have extended. And so as a consumer, it can be very frustrating. And on top of that, you've probably noticed that the prices of insurance have increased over that time, and we have the same problem that everybody else has with rising costs of all goods. So we try to do our best to get our premiums to be correct so that we can be available to pay claims.
Yeah, it's definitely something. We were talking about it. I've definitely noticed it. It seems like pre-COVID, you file your claim, it's done in a week, you're good.
Right.
It's good. Your contractors are out, but it's a much longer turnaround time these days.
It is, and it's frustrating for the consumer because they don't know if it's the insurance company or if it's the contractor or the repair facility. It's a combination of a lot of things, mm-hmm. and the best thing though that can come out of it is that if that consumer can go to their agent and discuss their concerns about their premiums, they may actually learn a lot about their own coverage and why it's priced the way it is. And I think we got real comfortable with pricing in the last few decades, but everything, including all insurers, are working to make it a profitable business, but also one that is affordable.
Yes. How often, because that reminds me, it feels like it's not until, and this is me talking from experience, when you need to file a claim that you really start digging into your policy and how much you're paying for this and that. How often really should we be reviewing, like, what kind of coverage we have, what we actually need,
right,
what price we're paying? How often should we be reviewing that?
We recommend that just like you would meet with your accountant every year, you meet with your insurance agent. So an annual review of your coverage. You may not think that a change in your life during that year is something that needs to be reviewed or altered in coverage, but it may. And it's just a good idea to keep in touch with your agent. Obviously, if you buy something new, move, or if in life insurance, if you have a marriage or a child or something that changes in your life, it's a great time to do a review with your agent.
Okay, so once a year?
Yes.
Okay, so because for me, I don't know. I think we get complacent. Mm-hmm. You just renew your policy every year mm-hmm. without even really paying attention to it.
Correct.
And then, you hear people say, our house flooded and we realized we didn't have flood insurance, but we have homeowners insurance and we thought we were covered.
Right.
Are those the kinds of little things that you should know?
Yeah. And if you purchase something like a piece of art or jewelry, you may think that it's covered under your homeowner's policy to the replacement cost of that item, and it may not. It's because there are certain limitations in insurance policies for certain types of items. So a review of hey, what have you bought of unique value in the last year? And those things can be insured, but separately.
Ah, that's good. Is there some kind of threshold that we should know about?
Well, and all companies have a limit for certain things like jewelry, money, mm-hmm. Fine art, collectibles, those sorts of things. And those dollar amounts are different for each company.
Yeah, and I guess that's something that you really should think about, because if you're purchasing something like that, right, mm-hmm. It means something to you. You're bringing a piece of art into your home, or you're buying your spouse or whatever a piece of jewelry. Mm-hmm. The last thing you want is for something to happen to your house and then that's not covered.
Correct.
Ugh.
And,
Okay.
a piece of jewelry, you could be out in the garden, digging around and a diamond falls out.
Yep.
And you think that's covered and not necessarily under the
Yeah.
homeowner's coverage.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Now, you just made me nervous.
Yeah.
I'll be holding on to all my stuff when I'm
Right.
outside in the garden today. Okay, you made me a little nervous. We should all be checking our coverage.
Correct.
Is what you're telling me. Okay, all right, perfect. Now, I understand that you are a sponsor for 20 Under 40 this year.
I'm excited.
Yes, you should be. It's going to be a great class. Now, I always wonder, why do you choose to sponsor things like this, like 20 Under 40?
Well, I'm an alumni of the 20 Under 40 program, and it was an amazing experience to see the sponsors that were involved when I went through it and how supportive they were of that mission to acknowledge those special people in our community. And that's what they are. They're very special people that make this community very different and great. So
Yeah.
I want to do everything I can to support them and recognize them for their achievements.
Yeah, that's really cool. I did not realize that you were I probably should have guessed it. I didn't realize you were an alumni, but that's really cool though that you would then turn around and say, and I want to be a sponsor.
Yeah.
For the very reason, because it does highlight. I feel like the best of the best in Columbia.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm a shout out to TK, who's our audio engineer, who's also a 20 Under 40 alumni.
okay.
Yeah, they're floating around here everywhere. I was too old for it, but it happens.
Well, that's okay. But you are doing great things in the community.
Oh,
So
I wasn't fishing, but I'll take it.
Okay.
Fishing, but I'll take it. But that's great. Okay, so Mike, how can people get in touch with you? If somebody now is listening, they're like, oh, maybe I need to check out some insurance coverage. How do they get in touch with you?
you can go to our just general website, and it's shelterinsurance.com.
Okay.
And just type in Mike Messer, and you'll find me. You can find me on Facebook at Mike Messer Agency, or you can call me at my office at 573-442-5291.
Okay, all right, perfect. Those are all the ways to find Mike.
Yes.
You can find him any of those ways. Mike, thank you so much for coming on and reminding us about something that we don't always talk about, but that we probably should be thinking about at least once a year.
At least once a year.
Thank you for being here, Mike.
Thank you.